Greens badasses. How's it? How's it? How's it? Oi, oi, oi. How's it going? Yes, I'm drinking coffee. I'm running late. Have you ever had your whole week go to shell in a handbag? Yeah. Woo! It started out so promising. Now I'm behind. So yeah, I'm behind schedule. And I'm going to get these videos out as best I can. Mondays was so... the shitty thing is... Hi, my name is Julia. Sorry, my name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. Yoga for the rest of us. All of the benefits, none of the bullshit. Except there's a lot of bullshit. Well, there's a lot of... there's not yoga bullshit. And today isn't even yoga. It's fucking Pilates. Oh, I just noticed. I think my shirt is snapped. Oh, no, it's balanced. Woohoo! Do you ever feel like a crazy person when your clothes are off kilter? What am I doing? I am looking for some instrumental not music without lyrics, and it works for me because when we're doing Pilates, I like to concentrate totally on what we're doing physically. And so put on your favorite classical music. Classical music's lovely. I'm not, I don't know, kind of puts me to sleepy town. So I'm listening to a band. Well, it's a Jeff Anderson, Jeff and Jean. People dear to my heart. I should try and contact them. I bet they're, I don't know, I might look them up. They were incredibly supportive of me post-divorce while my life was falling apart around my ears. And they got me into Willie and Lobo, now that I'm thinking about it. We went to see them in Fort Collins, somewhere on Linden Street. Anyway, it was a wonderful evening, and I remember dancing and loving it. It's a flamenco guitar and... is it a violin or is it a fiddle? I don't know. Anyway. Gypsy music. Sorry, I got distracted. Today is Pilates, is where I was going. Pilates is a function, no. It's a system of movements. There are some set movements. There are movements that I modify from other exercises. It's a lot of core work. And the important thing about Pilates and core work is that it's core work from your knees. Your core, right, is not just your abs. I think that's a myth that we live with in the fitness industry, in that core, core, the six-pack ab. The six-pack ab is your rectus abdominis, and it's already a very large and powerful muscle. It's what holds us up, and it's what works with your intercostals and the QLs to bend you over. It's already a powerful muscle. You don't I don't want to say that. There's not a whole lot of muscles, a lot of exercises that are going to do very much for that muscle. And the reason that you can see that six-pack, the muscle fibers, often it lays over the top of your transverse abdominis. Your transverse abdominis is the bang for the buck. It's shaped like a corset, and it supports you all the way around your body. It's attached to your pelvic cradle, and then it runs up into these top ribs. And then it works in conjunction with your latissimus dorsi and your obliques, internal and external obliques. It works with your adductors. It works with your glutes. It works with your hamstrings. It works with your pecs and your teres minor and your subscapularis and your rhomboids, all of those things. So from the collarbone down to the knees, right, is really the structure of the core. It's the full mamma jamma. And they work together, right? And that rectus abdominis lays over the top of that. And when you can see it, it's because people have zero body fat, right? I am not one of those people. I'd have to be so thin and emaciated for you to see my rectus abdominis, that I would look like the crypt keeper. I am not a live, thin, wafy woman, person, human. I'm going to start using that. I'm not a live, thin, wafy human. And you ain't never going to see that because I'm just not going to do it. Because oh my gosh, the wrinkles, God, if I have been tempted at Botox, woo, imagine if you could see my rectus abdominis. It's also much easier for men to get thinner in that area because they carry less fat there. Women, you know why human beings who were born with the possibility of carrying a human being, it's clunky, but I'm working on it. We just carry that's where we house a lot of our fat stores from the knees to the waist. It's just how it goes. And the fucking injustice of it is when we are losing weight, if that's your choice, I really need to, poke my eyes out. I'm getting a little diet culture creeping in. I've been conditioned all my life. This is the first time in my life I really haven't been on a diet, and I am on kind of an eating structure to help my A1C. Women, if you are looking to lose weight, women lose weight from their face first, which is the injustice of it, right? This is the last place that we lose weight. So it's a bummer. If in that case, right? Because this is really where we would all like to be more compact, I will say. So anyway, Pilates is a system of a way of moving, a function of movement, where we're working to activate all of these tiny little muscles in together to help support and strengthen our core. And a strong core means that you're going to stand up straight. It's ballerina posture. He did work with Isadora Duncan and Martha Graham in terms of dancing, to create, because dancers have incredible core strength. It takes incredible amount of core strength and control to gracefully move your body weight around. Don't get me started on the hyperextension shit that ballerinas have to do. All right, ballet dancers. And so the concentration is to move slowly, to take all of the momentum out of our movement so we can feel these muscles working. Now, some of us have not been introduced to these muscles or haven't had a relationship with these muscles for a very, very, very long time. That's the way it goes. And then some of us who have created human being in our body have those muscles have seen a little wear and tear. So the beauty about Pilates, it's frustrating. It can be frustrating, is that it's a slow process to really build strength. It's a slow process to figure out how your muscles are working and to notice that they are working. And then it's a slow process because it's not a high cardio burn, right? It's about, I do feel taller after we get done with the Pilates session. I feel stronger. And of course, all of those things help improve your balance and prevent falling. It increases your cognitive abilities. It allows you to do all of your other exercises with more control and strength. So it's a good thing, right? All right. Sorry, I should have had this earlier, but I haven't been sleeping well. All right. So let me grab a plan. I thought I had a plan, but it just left my head. And then we'll get started. I'm going to start on my back, and we'll work on Pilates zip up. There ain't nothing wrong with going back to the beginning. Vizzini told us to go back to the beginning because it's always a good way to remind ourselves how we work. Where are my... I wonder if I put it in the wrong spot. Oh, I did put it in the wrong spot. Sorry. These are all my yoga handouts, and I put my Pilates in the wrong spot. I was vacuuming and cleaning it. Okay, here we go. I'm not gonna. The only tool, the only prop I am going to be using today is a ring of fire. If you have a strap, you can certainly work with the strap. It's not a... All right. Oh, I know what that is. All right. Sorry, I was looking at my notes and I thought for a moment I did not have the ability to process information. Like I said, I have not been sleeping well and I'm behind the power curve, but I really wanted to do Pilates today because I've just been feeling the need for it. All right. So I'm going to do Pilates today. I'm going to do relaxation yoga tomorrow. Saturday morning is definitely yoga we're on. And yeah, I'm going to be getting up. If I could just get the sleep thing, man, I'm telling you, sleep. Woo! Sleep is the balm that we did not know that our soul needed, I guess we know we need it. All right, here we go. Oh, I'm going to try to stay awake. Gotta move my clip. It's in the wrong spot. All right. Feet on the floor. Sorry, this is going to be a rough one today. I apologize ahead of time. Feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling. And feet at a comfortable angle. So I don't want to be too close with the heels to my glutes. But I also want to feel, this is the ischial spine. It's the line of your pelvic cradle. And I want you to line it up with your femur. And then imagine your femur lined up with your tibia, which is the big shin bone, down to that space between your big toe. I like to just look down my arm, and I imagine that for me, it's about a fist width between my knees. And then I want to anchor my legs. So I want you to eliminate this, tilting in or swaying out or swaying side to side. Tuck the tailbone up, relax the hips. This is called neutral position, and it's some of you might have a gap in your thoracic spine. I don't. I'm not gonna, no judgment because I don't. But most of the weight is in the mid-range on your pelvic cradle. And then I want you to roll your shoulders, just touch your elbows towards each other. Your shoulders will round on their own. And then I want you, lift and open so that your shoulder blades are flat on the mat. It's going to feel awkward. You're going to feel stretch across the chest and in the pecs and the delts. And then give me a little rock and roll with the head until you find that land on that space. That's a neutral position. Your chin's going to be slightly tucked. Your nose is pointed toward the ceiling. All right. I want you to pull the pelvic floor up and in. The pelvic floor is the muscle that controls urination. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. That's going to trigger, God, I really need to look up this muscle. It's in yoga, they call it the bandha, it's not yoga. I mean, it is yoga. In Kundalini, they call it the bandha, I think. And I don't like that. Anyway, there's a low abdominal muscle that runs from right across here, helps support the womb, when it is containing when a zygote becomes, well, I won't even start there. Oh God. Scoop the belly button towards the spine. Oh, there's so many things wrong in the world we live in, and I cannot process them all. And then tuck your rib cage down. I'm going to be here for as long as there's a place to be. All right. I think I'm also becoming a farmer. All right, but that's another story. This is a lot of activity. I am having to breathe up high into my chest, and that's the difference. If you've been doing yoga with me for a while and you're starting Pilates, or you've been doing both, you know the difference is going to be that we're just breathing in through the nose into the chest and blowing that air out. And when we blow the air out, we're deepening the activation of the core. You can hear it. I have very little air in my lungs. Each exhale is a chance to try to pull those muscles a little bit deeper. Now, don't be discouraged if you're not feeling a lot of action, right? Don't be discouraged. We have allowed these muscles to lay fallow, just like my field has been laying fallow. We haven't nurtured it. We haven't offered it healing, which is why the soil is dead. All right, that was enough for my farm analogies. I apologize. All right, as you breathe, inhale. When you exhale, I want you to rock your hips toward the ceiling. Just imagine a little rock. I'm pressing my waistband, my natural waist, into the mat, deepening that hollowing of the core. You can hear it in my voice. Inhale, unwind, but don't let go of the Pilates zip up, which is what we just did. Exhale. Look how small it is. You can barely see me do this. I'm not squeezing my glutes. I'm not pressing into my feet. I'm just scooping my belly and pressing my low back into the mat. Inhaling and exhaling. Never am I letting go of my pelvic floor or the low belly or my rib cage. Ooh, howdy. Now try to shake out the shoulders, because what happens is our body wants to shift this workload. So we start to clench our teeth. We start to clench up through our neck. We might feel your shoulders roll up and gain some tension, or press hard into the mat. I'm going to do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. All right. Take your fingertips behind the knees. We're going to roll up to stretch. Oh, lengthening those legs. And I'm going to take some coffee. Really go deep into that belly. Oh, low back. I'm feeling my low back. Tilt to one side. And this is what happens when we start activating the core. We're going to feel that heat in the low back, because that's the insertion. That's the, it's a freeway interchange back here. There's actually no road. It's just a lot of connections. I hope that made sense. Oh, coffee. Oh. All right, we're going to head back down. I'm going to grab my ring of fire, and I'll show you how this works with a strap. And the reason, well, we could just do it with the strap. That's fine. All right, coming back to my spine. Little rock up, little sway side to side, roll those shoulders forward, and then meet them flat on the mat. And we're in neutral position here. I'm not zipping up quite yet. You know, I have been on such a roll of sleeping well. I don't know why I'm not right now, but stress. I'm fighting with the bank. Hey, if you have a great recommendation for banking or credit union in Colorado, you need to talk to me or send me a message because I'm taking a toll. I'm taking a toll. It's taking a toll. I'm taking a pull. All right. I'm going to take my strap around my foot and I'm pressing right below the ball of my foot, not quite all the way into my arch. I'm going to reach my arms like I were Frankenstein and just take the strap right there. I don't want to be overreaching because I want my shoulder blades and my chest to stay. My shoulders to, let's see, how would I say this? I want my shoulder blades and upper back to remain flat and straight, and I want my chest to be open. I'm going to be exaggerating the bend of this knee. So we're inhaling here. We're exhaling, and I'm going to bring up and just push right there. Inhale, extend. Ooh, my knee tried to pop into a hyperextension. So I'm taking a little curl. I hesitate to call this a crunch. And I'm adding that tug of the leg. You know what? I forgot to tell you to zip up the Pilates. Scoop the belly, hollow it out, lengthen down. And I'm going to push all the way up. And I did not walk you through that in any way, shape, or form. All right. We're going to stay on this side. Sorry, I'm tired. Okay. We're going to stay on this side. I'm not loving the strap. That's all right. And now we're going to roll down. So we just did that opposite, right? We just did the roll up, just a half roll. We're going to go halfway down. So I want you to inhale up and get nice and flat. Exhale, bring that knee up. See where it goes? Inhale. And now I want you to come halfway down, halfway down, halfway down. Push against the strap. Inhale. And down. My breathing's all messed up. Inhale up. There we go. Exhale. Curl, 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 curl. Take a sip of a breath. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale. Sorry, inhale up. Exhale, curl, 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 curl. Take a sip. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, take it down. I gotta move back a little bit. I gotta fix that breathing. I'm off somehow. This is while I'm off. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Curl it down, curl it down, curl it down. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Inhale to prepare. Curl, 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 curl. Oh, and fold. Oh, goodness gracious. You feeling that? I'm feeling that. Oh, take some more coffee. All right, I'm going to come down to my back. So now we're going to switch to the other side. Roll it down. Ooh, take off. Little rock side to side. Tuck the tailbone. Roll those shoulders. Feel long and flat on the mat. Keep my eyes open, otherwise I'm going to drift. I'm going to take a little snooze. All right. Strap is right underneath the ball of my foot. Arms have reached up. I'm just taking hold of the strap. My knee is going to bend. I'm inhaling. Exhaling. I'm going to curl up and push in. Inhale down. Exhale. Scoop the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Scoop the belly. Scoop, scoop, scoop. One more. Oh. All right, take the fingertips behind the knees and roll up. Take a little fold. All right. Little rock side to side. If you've got some water, take some water. We're doing a lot of breathing. And when we're breathing like that, excuse me, can dry out the back of your throat. I'm going to disconnect. Sorry, I have to make an action list. I'm making a little action list. And if I don't write it down, I'll forget it. So I apologize for the interruption. Honoring my brain. I'm honoring my workload. Oh. All right. Lifting up my chest, rocking my shoulders back. Now this is the opposite, right? I want to inhale to prepare. Exhale, scoop the belly, bring the leg up. Inhale, curl down. Curl, 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 scoop. Inhale. Lift up. Inhale, release. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Scoop, 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 scoop. Get tall in between each one. Four more. Is it me or is it just more fluid on this side? I wasn't thinking. That was two. Scoop the belly. One more. take it long and fold it. Whew. I'm feeling it right there. Whew. I'm actually feeling the flop right there. But you know what? That's the way the body works. All righty. We just did a modified version of that. We did a modified version of that. Where was I going to go with this? Oh, all right. No, those are rough. I don't want to do those. All right. Let's go ahead and come back to our spine. We're going to work a little chest lift. We're going to do a little modified windmill. And the reason we're going to modify it is because I will honestly tell you, I have not been on the Pilates mat for a while and I'm feeling very weak. All right. So we're coming back to lay down. Bring those knees up. Oh. I don't know. Do I want to do that? Maybe I'll reframe. Maybe I'll do it. I'm going to check if it's square. Whew. All right. So I'm going to bring my feet a little closer to the glutes, little rock side to side. And I want to tilt the tailbone up and relax. I'm bringing my fingertips right behind my head. And it's going to be important that we're not yanking. I'm not going to lift my head. This is a chest lift. So I want to keep my chin slightly tucked. But I'm going to keep my elbows, my shoulders, and my chest in the same plane. And we're just going to imagine, touch your sternum, which is right there. You're going to lift your sternum directly toward the ceiling. That's what it's called, a chest lift. Now, some people would call this a crunch. It's not a crunch. It's a chest lift. Inhale. We're not going to round our back. We're not pulling on anything. I'm just lifting and lowering. And I'm lifting and lowering. Look how small it is. I got to tuck my chin slightly. I felt like my nose was trying to lift my chest. That's what happens. The body starts tricking the brain into thinking that other parts of the body can help, and they can't. Last time I checked, my nose cannot lift my upper body. Hold, and come down. We're going to start pulsing. Inhale, breathe. Inhale, exhale, and breathe. Inhale. I'm sorry, I just realized I said pulsing. We're holding and coming down. If you're feeling tension in the neck, that means your head and your neck are trying to lift your chest, and that's not going to work. Take it down a notch. So if you're feeling tension, let's pause for a minute. If you're feeling tension in the neck, you're trying to lift too high. You don't really need to lift that high in order to activate this core, right? We're just asking it to hold this section of our body up slightly, and it'll still activate. And then we're going to add a knee to this, and then we'll come down. So it's going to turn into a modified bicycle, and then we'll work some modified windmills. Little tuck of the chin, and we're going to do 4 more just like this, chest lift. Let's pause for a second. Back it up. Pull the pelvic floor up and in, low belly, belly button, ribs. The ribs are a challenge with your arms in this position. Tuck the chin. Inhale, exhale. Pause and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. That's better. I'm not feeling it in my neck. It's so small. A hold, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And inhale down. There it was. That's it. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Inhale, exhale. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Lift the right knee. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, release. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and go. Taking a break here. Just take a minute. We're going to do 4 more of those. Whew. I'm feeling my shoulders. I'm feeling my upper back. All right. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Scoop the low belly. Belly button, ribs. Whoo. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And come down. And go up. 2 more. I messed that. Breathing up. And down. Woo! Oh, roll those shoulders. Feeling that everywhere. All right, let's take the fingertips behind the knees. And we're going to roll up. Pull the glutes out from underneath the hips. The hips. The ischial tuberosities, the sit bones, pelvic cradle. It's the bottom part of the pelvic cradle. Coffee. All right. We're going to do a little seesaw here. Well, it's not a seesaw here. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Someone said seesaw, but I don't think it's right. And I'm going to go to a moderate angle. So I'm not in the widest angle I've ever been in. And we're going to be doing some twisting and reaching. This is a precursor, a warm-up to our final exercise, which are modified windmills. I just had a brainstorm. Jimmy Neutron. What did Jimmy Neutron used to say? I don't know. The kids were little. Do you guys remember what Jimmy Neutron used to say? Okay, girl, you should be doing all of this too, by the way. I had to move my coffee. I want you to sit up as straight as you possibly can. I want you to pull the low belly button, ribs up and in. It's going to be, I find it, I'm not going to judge if you can do it. I find it very hard to pull my pelvic floor up in this condition, in this position. And I want you to relax your shoulders. Bringing my arms out, palms up, but I'm keeping them soft and lower than my shoulders. Excuse me. Inhale. I want you to twist and reach. Unwind and come back to center. Exhale, twist. Take a sip of breath. Inhale. Exhale and reach. Now notice I'm keeping my torso as long as I can. I'm pivoting at the hip. Scooping that belly to make that work. I'm also, now that I'm thinking about it, exaggerating the drop of my opposite shoulder blade to keep my spine nice and long. We're going to do 2 more. unwind, and go. And release. Oh. Woo! That one doesn't feel bad. It's just heat. I'm feeling heat because it was a stretch and strength move. Ooh, my hips just popped. Did you hear that? All right, I'm going to take my last little sip of coffee, and then we're going to finish off big with our modified windmill. I hope you find a place, if you're in Colorado, I don't know where you're at, we're going to have a stunning day today. It's going to be 50 degrees, at least in northern Colorado, and it's light and variable winds. Get some sunshine, get some vitamin D, because tomorrow it's going to be 5 degrees. At least it is on the farm. All right. All right, here we go. Rock side to side. All right, the windmill. I'm going to lengthen my legs, and I'm bringing my arms out into a delta V. You could bring them up into a soggy T if that feels more natural or comfortable. And a full windmill would be a roll down, a sweep of the arms out, and a roll up into boat, and then a sit. I honestly don't even know if I can do one right now. It's at the end of our process, and I'm fatigued and tired because I have not been doing Pilates for a couple of weeks. So I'm feeling weak as fuck. All right. So a full windmill. We would come down, we would roll, exhale, inhale, exhale. Whoa, look at me. And then inhale. Ha! Wow. Woo. I'm feeling really happy about that one. Did you see how elegant that was? Hot diggity fucking damn. Look at, I'm still not going to do more than one because it was beautiful. I'm going to leave on a high note. All right. So that's a full windmill. Maybe in a few weeks we'll do that one again. Sorry, it just cracked me up. That surprised me. Woo! This one is sort of like a windmill bicycle. And it's just to get us used to the feeling of the arm movement. And we're going to work across the body. So this is we're going to go right arm to left leg. And then we're going to go left arm. Sorry, I got to get my arms out. To right leg. And then we're going to add a little teeny weeny chest lift to that. All right. So if you're feeling strain on your back, let me clarify. I want to give you you know what? I'm a fitness instructor and I am a certified expert in this field. If you're feeling strain in the back, I'm sorry, I'm cracking myself up. Fold up a blanket. Like I always have a fold up or a beach towel, depending on what you've got, right? And tuck that underneath the natural waist and your sacrum, that SI joint, which is the area of your spine above your tailbone. And what this will do is force imprint, okay? And I'm not talking about imprint necessarily because we're not going to come all the way off the mat and we're not taking both legs off the mat at the same time. If we were going to do both legs off the mat at the same time, that's just fun to do. I would definitely be talking about imprint. But we're only going to be doing a tiny little chest lift and our legs are going to be extended. So I'm not worried about the imprint part. Now, right? But there's no shame. There's no shame in using a prop to make things more accessible for you. There's no shame in it. We're not weak. I mean, I'm feeling weak, but obviously I can still do a windmill when, not to toot my own horn. Sorry, my coffee is starting to hit. You know what? Fuck that. I'm not apologizing. I'm feeling damn good. Here we go. That windmill made me a little happy today to start off. Now I'm going to go get some puppy love, and then I'm going to get dressed, and then I'm going to call the bank and argue with the bank and ruin my zen. All right, here we go. I want to go a little chest lift with the arm sweep and the leg lift. So I'm going to go right arm, inhale to prepare, exhale. See what happened? And come down. And now I'm going to go opposite. Inhale, exhale. I'm taking a tiny little inhale in position, that sip of breath. Inhale, and then I'm exhaling as I come down. What I love about this is it doesn't feel like a huge strain in terms of core activation. And there's also a little element of stretch. You know, lower, don't remember, you don't, I think I was over chest lifting. There we go. I was over chest lifting. I was over twisting. Imagine you were a marionette. There, perfection. It's just a little chest lift. Tuck the chin. So much better. So take that big lift out of it. That was me kind of over exaggerating. Give those shoulders a little shake. 4 more. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Oh, relax. Release, release, release. Take a big twist. And here's where my brain is coming from. My thought process. I am a caregiver to my 90-year-old father who lives with dementia. And his greatest regret is not being more mobile, right? He's very frustrated by his lack of mobility. And it's compounded, right? He was in an airplane accident, tuck the knees, fingers behind the knees, in 1964 or 5, a serious small plane accident, and he was smashed to the ground, and he shattered his left ankle because we broke the same ankle, broke both of his legs, broke his jaw, lost a bunch of his teeth. And 1965, they were putting his leg back together as best they could, and and then he never got it fixed, or never had it redone or reevaluated, and it really bugs him. It's bothered him my whole life. He was a water skier, he was a snow skier, and he just worked. He kind of sucked it up, which is probably where I get my stoicism. Okay, put the soles of the feet together. Ooh, feel those adductors. Anyway, and he says that his biggest regret is this, that he feels like his mobility is hampered because he has arthritis, and that's 1965 hardware is in there. And I think at some point he probably, I'm not an expert. Shelly, where are you at? I need to talk to you. He probably should have been reevaluated to have that redone so that it was more mobile, so that he had better range of motion and did more physical therapy, right, with it. And honestly, there was probably a time and place where he could have taken all that hardware out. I mean, I only have 2 screws left in my ankle. I had to have the hardware taken out. So, anyway, he says that often. And, he's 90. He's addicted to his cane. And I can see him out of balance. And that happens as we get, I mean, he's almost 100 years old. Anyway, and he works at his puzzle station. And I told him we should raise that. We got him an adjustable puzzle table, and I'd love it if it was raised. I always raise it higher, and then I come back a few days later, and I think he's lowered it. And he sits like this over his puzzle table. So when he's done a long session at the puzzle table, then he's stiff and he's got to get up. And I come along, and he's like, oh, I grab his arms and I force him to. I'm like, we're gonna do some yoga. I'm actually going to go do it to him right now because he's in there with his coffee. I'm going to stretch him up. It's my goal to get him every day. Reach to the ceiling. We take a little lateral extension. He moans and groans. Last night he was like, oh my God, I think my back just broke. And just to get him. So the point of that apparently random story, is that the more we move daily, regularly, the more we apply these exercises to our core and stand up straight, the more we understand how we're moving and grooving, the more we apply the Pilates to the fucking yoga methods. When I'm going to be doing calisthenics again, I'm going to get my muscular strength up again. I brought my 15 and my 20 pounds in here. It's for longevity, because I want y'all to be standing up straight and more mobile and more confident, and so that you can continue to move as we age, because that's the key. Movement. All right. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. Yoga for the rest of us. All of the benefits, none of the bullshit. I hope you find some sunshine today, wherever you're at. If you're in LA, my family's in LA, but they're safe. I guess, Elizabeth, are you okay? I should check in with you, but you might not be, because I know you live smack dab in the middle of LA. You're probably not even doing this right now, but be safe. And that's all I got. Ciao.